Yo, Mark here with Urek's Ascent Chapter 21 review. Very short chapter. Some decent information, some decent art, but overall, I'll tell you right now, 6 out of 10. This is gonna probably feel like one of those chapters that kind of probably could have been combined, but it is what it is. So we start where we left off from last chapter with the distress call from Neo with Urek automatically, on a mission, go help his team. In the midst of this, we see Cheogeum get up and threatens Urek like, yo, I'll let you go. How dare you attack me? Blah, blah, blah. Then Aru hits him up because he's about to take off and is like, I was following you. I can come with you and help. I don't know what her whole thing is. We know that she already is plotting on Urek to kind of use him for being the simp that he is. As she says she's going to meet him over there, he goes and scoops her up real quick and takes off like a jet. Now, the bulk of this chapter was the fight between Neo and the princess, and we already knew that Orb is a super rare, super high quality technique that not every wave controller could use, but she is familiar with it, which I'm not surprised. Again, she's a princess, so she should. But she immediately tells Pax, let's get up out of here, and she notices attack pattern and thinks that she can take care of it, and the fight is going back and forth between those two. He's shooting bang, one huge bang that breaks up into 3 parts, and she's able to avoid it by running into a circle, and she, we already knew she's a decent fighter. Like, she's not something sweet, but I wasn't sure if she was going to try to take on somebody who could actually use an orb. Now, the princess comes up with that plan of running in a spiral and eventually trying to get in close to, basically poke him with her needle, and she ends up finding out as she gets close that he can control more than one bang from the orb, but it ends up not being able to do anything. She tanks it and gets in close and pokes him. Now, we do need to talk about this emptiness thing, because she says something during the fight that if it wasn't for this body, I wouldn't be able to take that attack. We've talked about it in the stream a few times. If you haven't seen last week's stream, do go check that out. Said a little bit of a theory in the stream that it's possible that her body is being controlled from far away. Think more like Gother from 7 Deadly Sins, where the user is actually like immobile, can't really do anything, has to stay in a certain area, and they created a really tough doll that can use all their abilities as basically all their memories, and they can talk to them and use them, manipulate them. I'm thinking it's more of something like that. That's where the emptiness thing is coming from. It's weird because how could she become a princess, right? Because if she's empty or she's like being controlled by someone, is she like a girl who actually like is in a bad body, who like she created this body out of Shinsu or something like that? That's the only way I would think that she's able to become a princess, because if she's a shell, and even like high rankers are noticing that she has no emotions or that like she's a shell, then definitely like Zahar would be able to tell like, hey, that's not a real girl. Maybe her control of Shinsu, which if we're talking about a big Ryun who's supposedly the most skilled Shinsu manipulator to probably exist amongst the Towerborn, then that somebody like that I would expect to be capable of doing something like that. So maybe it's that. Just a guess. You guys let me know what you think about that. But the fight comes to an end when the bull pops up and attacks Pax and packs her out real quick. So as expected from another side character. And then Urek shows up and sees that everybody's hurt. Pax is packed out, Rohan is halfway packed out, and Urek gets upset and threatens the bull, even though he doesn't recognize what's actually happening. That's how the chapter ends. So yeah, not much else to really go on. It was really the fight for the most part. I am interested to see Urek just pack out this bull real quick. I guess the gemstone is a little bit of a thing, and I want you guys to do a little bit of homework. Have we noticed or seen anybody in the regular series who possibly had a gemstone in their head? I don't think so, but again, I'm looking for any and every hint that this side story has parts to do with the main story. So I can't think of anybody at the top of my head. I know I'm bad at that, but yeah, if you guys know anybody or think of anybody that has something similar, please feel free to share it in the comments section below. But other than that, guys, I will see you for the stream this week. Count on it to be Friday most likely, because I should be dropping this on Thursday morning. But other than that, guys, I'll see you then. Peace.